In ancient Alexandria, a city of knowledge and wonder, scholars and traders gathered from across the world to share ideas and discoveries. At the heart of the city, the Library of Alexandria stood as a beacon of knowledge, holding thousands of scrolls from every corner of the known world. Inside, the library housed thousands of scrolls covering philosophy, astronomy, medicine. Scholars copied manuscripts, studied foreign texts, and exchanged ideas, making the library the intellectual heart of the ancient world. The library contained scrolls from Greece, Egypt, India, and beyond, preserving centuries of wisdom. Scholars meticulously studied texts, copying knowledge onto new scrolls to share with the world. Rows upon rows of scrolls were carefully categorized and stored, representing centuries of accumulated knowledge from many civilizations. As scholars continued their studies, the Library of Alexandria remained a beacon of knowledge. Despite its knowledge and beauty, Alexandria faced political conflicts and unrest, making even the library vulnerable to unforeseen dangers. The library's treasures were at risk, as fires and civil unrest threatened to engulf the knowledge within its walls. Smoke began creeping through the library halls, a warning of the fires that could destroy priceless manuscripts. Fires broke out in parts of the city, and the threat loomed over the library's priceless collections of scrolls and manuscripts. Scholars scrambled to save precious scrolls, but the smoke and flames were spreading faster than they could control. The fire spread rapidly, consuming shelves and manuscripts, as centuries of accumulated knowledge faced imminent destruction. Despite efforts to save them, centuries of knowledge were consumed by the flames, leaving an irreplaceable loss of human history. In the aftermath, the library lay in ruins. The loss of countless scrolls marked a tragic moment in history. Historians still debate whether the destruction was caused by war, accidental fires, or deliberate acts of neglect and mismanagement. Some historians argue that wars and invasions posed a major threat, as armies could accidentally or deliberately damage the library's collections. Other scholars suggest accidental fires could have broken out, destroying countless scrolls in a matter of hours. Others believe deliberate acts by invading forces may have destroyed sections of the library to suppress knowledge or exert control. The scrolls, delicate and irreplaceable, were at the mercy of circumstances, whether accidental or deliberate. Some scholars tried to save the most valuable scrolls, relocating them and copying texts, but their efforts could not prevent total loss. Some scrolls were successfully saved and transported elsewhere, offering a glimmer of hope that fragments of knowledge survived the disaster. Ultimately, despite efforts to save them, much of the Library of Alexandria was lost. Historical accounts provide different explanations, each highlighting possible events that led to the library's decline and ultimate destruction. The timeline illustrates multiple events: political turmoil, accidental fires, and invasions. All historians debate whether the library's destruction resulted from political conflict, accidental fire, or deliberate targeting, leaving the truth uncertain. Conflicting historical records make it difficult to pinpoint the exact cause of the library's demise, leaving historians to piece together fragmented evidence. Ancient scholars meticulously documented the library's fires, invasions, and turmoil, but none could fully explain how or why the destruction happened. Maps and city illustrations help trace the library's location and the surrounding events that may have contributed to its decline.
By examining the evidence, historians attempt to piece together whether political turmoil, accidental fires, or
The Library of Alexandria remains a symbol of human knowledge and loss, reminding us of the fragility.
The destruction of the Library of Alexandria had a profound impact on human knowledge, erasing countless works that might have shaped history.
Many scientific works on mathematics, astronomy, and medicine were lost forever, erasing insights that could have been. Beyond science, countless works of art, literature, and philosophy were lost. The loss of the Library of Alexandria influenced future generations, reminding scholars of the fragility of knowledge. Countless philosophical texts, containing the wisdom of ancient thinkers, were lost in the fire. Countless literary works, including poetry, dramas, and epic stories, were destroyed.
Despite its destruction, the Library of Alexandria's legacy inspires generations of scholars and
Ultimately, the Library of Alexandria serves as a timeless reminder of the value of knowledge, inspiring the
Modern efforts aim to preserve knowledge, digitizing texts and protecting manuscripts to prevent losses like those suffered by the Library of Alexandria. Digitization projects allow scholars to preserve fragile texts, making them accessible worldwide while safeguarding originals from further decay. Digital preservation allows knowledge to be shared globally, ensuring that the lessons of history and culture reach people everywhere.
Advanced preservation techniques, such as climate-controlled storage and careful handling, help ensure that valuable knowledge survives for future generations.
Global archive networks link knowledge worldwide, ensuring that texts are shared, studied, and preserved for future generations. Preserving ancient texts ensures that educational institutions can teach future generations, connecting students to the rich knowledge of the past.
Collaboration between scholars worldwide ensures that ancient knowledge is studied, shared.
Through meticulous preservation, the legacy of knowledge continues, ensuring that the lessons of the past guide future generations. Archaeologists continue to rediscover fragments of forgotten knowledge, piecing together clues from the remnants of the Library of Alexandria. Recovered fragments are carefully analyzed to understand their content, origin, and significance, helping scholars reconstruct lost knowledge. Scholars work meticulously to reconstruct ancient manuscripts, revealing knowledge thought lost for centuries and restoring pieces of history. Deciphering ancient scripts allows scholars to unlock lost knowledge, understanding languages and ideas that vanished with time. Translating ancient texts reveals the ideas and stories of the past, bridging gaps between lost civilizations and modern understanding.
By restoring lost wisdom, scholars rebuild the intellectual heritage of humanity, reconnecting modern society with the thoughts of the ancients.
Once reconstructed, knowledge is shared with libraries and educational institutions, allowing the wisdom of the past to educate and inspire today.
understands. The rediscovered knowledge from the Library of Alexandria lives on, guiding scholars and students and
Modern libraries draw inspiration from the Library of Alexandria, becoming centers for learning, exploration, and knowledge preservation.
Digital libraries make knowledge accessible to anyone, anywhere, preserving the spirit of Alexandria in a modern age.
Modern libraries safeguard rare books and manuscripts, preserving history for generations to study, reflect, and learn.
Global access to libraries allows anyone to learn and explore, keeping alive the spirit of knowledge once embodied by Alexandria.
Collaborative research across borders allows scholars to share discoveries, ensuring that knowledge is preserved and interpreted collectively.
Preserved knowledge is used in education, allowing students to explore the lessons of the past and build upon centuries of understanding.
Preserved knowledge crosses generations, inspiring young and old alike, and keeping the legacy of learning alive.
Stations. The legacy of the Library of Alexandria endures, inspiring modern libraries, digital archives, and generations.
The legacy of the Library of Alexandria continues to influence modern scholarship, inspiring universities and research worldwide.
Scholars collaborate worldwide, sharing insights and discoveries to ensure knowledge is preserved and expanded collectively.
The influence of Alexandria reaches classrooms worldwide, guiding students to explore, question, and expand human knowledge.
Libraries continue to inspire innovation as scholars and students apply knowledge from preserved texts to solve modern challenges.
Preserving cultural heritage ensures that historical knowledge and manuscripts endure, allowing future generations to study and appreciate them.
Knowledge preserved and shared globally enables scholars and students everywhere to access resources once thought lost.
Access to preserved and shared knowledge empowers future generations to innovate, learn, and continue the legacy of human understanding.
The enduring legacy of the Library of Alexandria inspires modern education, research, and digital preservation. Reflecting on the Library of Alexandria, we recognize the enduring importance of preserving knowledge for all of humanity. The Library of Alexandria continues to influence libraries, education, and cultural institutions across the globe.
The spirit of the Library of Alexandria inspires modern research, driving innovation and discovery across multiple fields of study.
Modern libraries act as hubs of learning, continuing the mission of Alexandria by connecting knowledge, students, and researchers.
The Library of Alexandria inspires curiosity and discovery, encouraging learners to explore, question. By connecting the knowledge of the past with modern tools, we honor the spirit of Alexandria and advance human understanding. Access to knowledge worldwide empowers scholars and learners, continuing the vision of Alexandria for generations to come.
Museums. The legacy of the Library of Alexandria lives on, inspiring learning, research, and the present.